This will be a series of exercises using the pad feature. We're going to explore the different limit options for the pads, and your goal is to make your pads at the top look like the instructor's pads at the bottom. Okay? And if you like, you can always just double-click the pad for the instructor, and when you double-click it, you can see what the limits were that the instructor chose. For this one, the instructor chose up to last, and it went all the way up to the last surface that it could find that would completely support the profile. This surface back here at the back isn't big enough to completely support the profile, so up to last stopped at this face. Okay, we'll say okay, and we can do that for each one of these. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. We'll select our pad feature, and we're going to set our option for up to last, and we'll select our sketch. And ours looks exactly like the instructor's. Now what about this one here, this second one? It appears that, wow, it's coming up. This must be an up to plane here for one of the limits, but the other limit is kind of stopping in the middle here. Let's double click it and find out what the value is. Well, it looks like we were correct. The first limit is up to plane, and the second limit is at 110. Okay, so let's hit OK there, and let's do ours. So we'll come up here, we'll select our pad icon, select our sketch, and we will do our limit 1 as up to plane, and we will select this plane. And for limit 2, the value needs to be 110. Now, which direction is limit 2? Well, if you come over here, you'll see if you drag limit here, we can just drag it. So you can either key it in here, or you can just drag it and drag it till the value is exactly where you want, right there. Okay, so there's 110. We'll say OK. The second one looks perfect. Now let's do the third and the fourth one. Okay, let's double click the third one, and it is going from the first limit is a face, and the second limit is a face. Okay, so let's do ours. Let's do a pad, and we're going to select, this is our first face, so we'll go to face or plane. There we go. And for the second one, we'll select plane also, and we'll select this slanted over plane. Okay, so there it is. Now, the next one looks exactly like it, but it's made a slightly different way. This one was from plane to plane. This one, if we double click it, we see that the first limit was, one of the limits is up to next. So for this limit here, instead of picking this plane, we just set up to next, which is this outer surface. Okay, so let's cancel that. Let's do ours. We'll go to our pad icon, and we will set one of the limits as up to next. Okay, and we will set the other limit as up to plane. Select this one, so that both of these look exactly the same, both made a little differently. Now, I kind of prefer the second one if this inner face might change. I prefer the other one if the outer face might change, where the up to next might change. So it all depends on how you've designed the part as to what you'd like to use, but also remember, if you change some of your blue geometry and your pads break, you can always fix them by double-clicking them and modifying them.